Alright guys, Ooh La La by The Faces. We hear it a lot on TV today on different commercials. I hear that song being played over the main hook line of this song. Yeah, so I thought I would start off trying to get through this beginning part of it. I see lots of tutorials online, but you know, I still try to relate to how hard it can be to get these notes and really understand what's going on. That's why I still study and understand timing, and studying never stops, and proper practice is helpful too. Not just, everyone says practice makes perfect. So I mean, if you can find somebody to help you get started and learn timing and rhythms, it saves you years and years and years of just pounding away through chords and getting frustrated. And trust me, there's guys out there that'll just show you some chords. That's how I learned when I was younger, and I kind of had to muddle my way through all the timing end of it. Still studying today about rhythms and timing. I have a mentor who I go to, Mr. Pete Swan, who's awesome, amazing, talented teacher and talented musician. Amazing. So I always learn from somebody who's better than me, and there's always tons to learn, and then putting it to use even takes more time. So, but learning songs is fun if you get some good structured teaching. So in this one we're going to talk a little bit about timing and counting and where all these notes fall, just so that maybe you guys can get through this. So you heard me play it in the beginning, and I'm starting off in this D chord, and we're getting this, just to go over the rhythm without the notes first, it sounds a little bit like, well, it sounds like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and. Now the change, basically, I'm just coming up here. You can see this would be called an E minor 7. And I'm not strumming this 5th string. I'm not using the full E minor chord. I'm basically just hitting the bottom 4. If you have a buddy beside you who plays a bit too, well, he or she can always be playing up here on the 10th fret in this F kind of shape. This is another way of playing D, and sliding up 2 frets and taking finger 2 off and barring the bottom 3 with this one on 4. Don't know if you can see that very well on my GoPro. Let me adjust that a bit, see if I can get right up to the neckline there. Yeah, kind of tough. But anyways, I'm on the 10th fret, bottom 2 strings, 11th fret, string 3, and 12th fret, string 4. And then I just slide all those up to fret 12. So finger 1's on fret 12, barring 1, 2, and 3, and finger 3's pressing on string 4, fret 14. And that's your E minor. So then the other person would be... On the record, I'd hear just this in the beginning. It kind of sounds nice if you hit this A over top of this chord. So that could be a second part. Hopefully you can see that on the one-on-one video here instead of just this hand video. Okay, so starting back off on the main riff of the song, we get this down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. And the count would be 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So you get a down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. You don't even have to do the other down, just like 2 downs, up, down, up, down, down. Up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 2 times on each chord, then we change to this. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down. Of course, it's faster than this, right? But so then we got out. I want to play it slow to show you where all these notes fit in. So we get this 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. So notice how I come in on the 3. I hit this string 3 with my pick by itself. We got 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. 3 E. So when I say 3 E, I'm picking the 3rd string. My finger's already on that note, and then I'm using my pinky to get to this fret here. 3 E. checking out the GoPro. 3 E and so 3 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and missed that one. 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and so it's 3 E and 4 E and. So E and is on the 4th string with my pinky. E and 1, and then finger 1 comes up a string, and we hit that string 4 on fret 2. Very cool timing in this where he's placed all the notes and everything. I see a lot of videos online, not very detailed, but I mean once you go to lessons and you learn timing and dotted eighth notes and quarter notes and understand your rhythms, you can kind of talk more about where all these notes are falling and count it in time and help students. So again, it's always helpful to go and see a good teacher. Helps you counting, teaches you timing, where all these beats fall. And when you get tabs, you don't really have any timeline. You just get a bunch of numbers everywhere. Doesn't really teach you the rhythm, and can take a long time to get through it. I mean, I've been playing for years, and even some things I got to listen to for quite a while just to figure out the count and stuff. So knowledge is good, and put yourself ahead of everybody. If you have somebody you can go see them. If you're learning fine online, great, but there's a lot of hidden secrets about guitar. That's, you know, not really kidding about that. There's metronomes being played, there's learning how to count properly, and so especially for kids, get them started young, keep them coming to their lessons. They might not be doing lots at home, but that's because it's such a hard thing to grasp that, you know, if they start young, they always have the mechanics always to go back and play. I see it happen all the time with students. So get them started young, keep them coming just like a swim class or whatever, and you know, in a couple years you start seeing them playing songs and you start to see them develop, and it's a wonderful thing as an instructor. I love it. But yeah, back to the song. So we got that where we get this 1 E and 2 E and. Notice how I'm accenting the ands on the 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E. So on the 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and I'm hitting that a little harder. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and. So on all the ands. So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. When I play it faster, I'm not doing it on everyone. I'm like 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and. So I'm doing it on the and after 1 and the and after we say 3. That really helps with the rhythm. And then we try to add these notes in. We got 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E. Now one time he uses this. Sometimes he hits it twice too, and other times he just goes right to this open D string. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Now let's try and get through this other part where it's 3 E and 3 E and 4 3 E and 4. So I got to hit that on the the 16th. 3 E and 4 E and 1. So yeah, when we do our lessons here, we like to write charts and give, you know, like a tab, but with counting on it, which way your pick should be picking. There's so much to know. I see guys coming in and their pick's tilted the wrong way and they're not holding their pick right. Don't forget, bad habits stick with you forever. I'm not just trying to sell lessons. I'm trying to save you guys time. I know it looks easy and everything, and you see guys, but what you guys hear compared to what somebody else hears who's been playing forever is two different things. There's ear training. There's so much to it, guys. If it's your passion, really dig in deep and start learning as much as you can. Like I said, I started at 8 and I'm still studying today, so there's lots to learn. Start young and you can know lots by the time you're, you know, in your early 20s and be sounding really great. So that's that tutorial on that. I do know then they go, like the break goes to like a D and a G where it's like. So that's kind of, we're picking this D chord root note string 4 and we're getting this down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.